What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video part of it. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because for this video we'll be taking a look at an anime that gets questionable looks because for whatever reason people just don't like this show, and that would be Erased. A few days ago I was scrolling through Netflix looking for another anime to binge through, and suddenly Netflix recommended me Erased, and when I saw that it was only 12 episodes I was like, alright cool, it's only 12 episodes, I can binge through it pretty easily. So this show was released back in 2016 and the story follows a young man named Zataro who has the ability to go back in time, and this power normally happens whenever something bad is about to happen. For example, in the first few minutes of episode 1 his powers activate and he's able to prevent a semi-truck from running over a kid. So throughout his whole life he's been able to prevent countless deaths, but the one person that he couldn't save was this little girl who went missing when they were both in elementary school. Granted though, he did try to warn people, but apparently nobody listened until they found that girl's dead body and his older friend was framed for that murder. Fast forward to today, and after crossing paths with a serial killer, Zataro goes back in time to his childhood and realizes that if he saves this girl, he not only will save her future, but also save his as well. And so throughout the show, we see our main character relive his childhood with the current knowledge of the future in order to help him save his friends. At the same time, he also tries to keep an eye out for this girl's kidnapper because as it turns out, this guy is the serial killer that he crossed paths with in the future. One thing worth knowing is the current condition of this girl, who is considered to be the quiet kid of the classroom with no friends and has several bruises on her. Turns out her mom is a drug addict who takes out her anger on her own kid. And I gotta tell you, even though this is an anime, watching a kid get beat to a pulp, then nearly drowned by her own mom, and then thrown into the cold snow, I almost passed out. And this sort of thing happens in the first 3 episodes. But anyway, as we move past that, we begin to see Zataro think of ways on how to prevent this girl's death. And one of the best things that he does is to be her friend. Seeing that she had no friends or anyone to talk to, it made it easy for her to get kidnapped and murdered without anyone knowing. By being her friend, Zataro now has a way to keep an eye on suspicious activity near her and now has the perfect opportunity to learn more about this girl, given that he didn't know much about her when she was alive. And one of the things that I really love about this anime is seeing how sometimes having a friend can really affect a person's life. By having someone to have fun and share a laugh with, you immediately feel like your day just brightened up a bit, and that can make a difference for people who feel like their lives are just pointless. And over the course of the show, we begin to see Zataro change this girl's life, who at first was quiet and emotionless, but soon becomes happy. And one of the things I liked about the anime is we see how Zataro has a lot of good people around him. As we see throughout the show, several of Zataro's friends try to help him out by including this girl into their group and also making her feel welcomed. Later on, they also come up with a plan to help prevent her kidnapping. Another character who also stood out from the anime was Zataro's mom. In the show, we learn how Zataro's mom was once a journalist, so she knows a thing or two about figuring out the truth when something big happens. And when she learns about this kid's living conditions and how her mom treats her, she does whatever she can to help this kid out. Which leads to a very heartwarming moment when we see this little girl get some love and affection that her own mother wouldn't even give her. With that being said, even though I really enjoyed watching this anime, I do have to address one of the problems that people had, and that would be the villain. Throughout the course of the show, we are left wondering on who is the serial killer, and at one point the anime drops a big hint at who the killer is. And then from then on, the story becomes pretty predictable as we cannot put the pieces together ourselves before the show even presents it to us. Now, honestly, I had no problem with this given how I wasn't paying attention to the clues or hints, so when the grand reveal of the villain happened, I was left shocked. To some degree. Granted, I did have my suspicions, but after the kid was saved, they sort of just went away. But anyway, even though I hear a lot of people on the internet criticize this anime, I really enjoyed this one. Because for one thing, at the very core of the story, the anime is about making friends with those who feel left out. There's also one other great moment where we see Zataro stick up for this kid when one of the girls in his class begins to bully her. That's another thing that people can relate to. For any of my younger viewers out there, if you see someone getting bullied, stand up and say something, or go get someone to handle this. Don't be the person that looks away, because who knows, this could be the moment that defines this person's life. So despite what others may think, I really enjoyed this anime and was very pleased at how it ended. Honestly, for some reason, the final episode reminded me of the ending for this one film called The Sandlot, where we see how Zataro's actions change the lives of his friends. But anyway, if you're looking for something to binge on Netflix, maybe give this anime a shot. It's also on HBO Max too, and with only 12 episodes, it's really easy to binge through. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. That was my overall review for Erased. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.